Good morning, YouTube. So I'm 3 days into my new position. Um, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update. I mean, it's going, I think it's going to be really good. I have like a month of training. And so this month of training might be a little bit, uh, like just rough on me in the sense that I'll be in an office a lot, which is not always easy for me. I haven't worked in an office, like an office in a really long time. I'm usually either in the field or in my home office, so this is new for me. But anyway, I've got like I'm trolling my um got my rainbow, got a little rainbow like outfit on today, and then this necklace like has such meaning for me. And I had given it to my mom uh years before she passed, and we had an agreement that it would come back to me when she passed, and I have it. It's a garnet. These are all garnets, and I had bought it for her. I'm really missing my mom, frankly. I'm missing her a lot. um she always just kind of knew what to do, what to say. Um, she always had really good advice. I listened to her a lot. Um, but anyway, I I have a whole lot of ideas that are swirling around in my head right now. And I think the biggest one that I'm the most that is really there the most is the quality of our lives slipping away in a sense, or like some of us. I'm not so sure that it's going to affect, although it affects them. It's like sometimes I want to say, are you a dad? What about your daughters or your gay son or it's like, what if your daughter was going to die if they didn't perform an abortion? I'm sorry, though, I'm just going to use the word. Like, what if your child died? These laws just seem so cruel to me. And I've been reading about this stuff. Like, I know that, and I think it's even in Arizona, that if you're pregnant, you cannot get a divorce. A woman cannot divorce her husband if she's pregnant. She's stuck. So it doesn't matter what he does to her. Just like the logic of it all and the inhumanity. And there's a whole lot of garbage out there. And a lot of it is coming from the pulpit. And I'm sorry, I'm just being real about it's what I'm seeing. It's coming from the pulpit. And to one degree or another, like a lot of these like mainstream churches, they're not really mainstream. They have the same ideology that anything that isn't from the Bible is like the Antichrist. And so they're in a line. They're so happy that the Bible has become the law of the land, and we've become the Christian nation that they've always wanted us to be. Were the founding fathers Christian? I mean, were they? So it seems to me like they really pressed for separation of church and state. It's really a better way to be. Because what even happens in these situations is like it's a slightly different orientation, right? Like in the sense that like they don't want that to be the law of the land. Like they're getting rid of contraceptives. They're going to try to actually outlaw contraceptives throughout the country. I mean, what do Christian married women think about that? You're not going to be able to get your birth control when you're in your 40s. I'm just saying. Like, we think that the right to privacy is there is a right to privacy that has been stripped away from a whole lot of people. A whole lot of people. And I think that in some ways it affects us all. You know, I had heard, I don't know if any of it's true. I mean, I take everything with a little bit of a grain of salt because everybody has something to sell, right? which is what I wanted this to be about. This YouTube. I'm just remembering right now. I was remembering like, whoa, you know, I get into these, they're not scripted or anything. And that's what I really wanted to talk about was this, like, everybody has something to sell. And like, people try to sell me their services a lot. They send me these like IMs, you know, and somebody IM'd me recently and I wasn't really exactly sure what it is. You know, I think maybe it was some kind of coaching services. And so I ask her some questions because I think that it's really interesting. The way that we present ourselves in the world is, you know, and I tend to be one of these people who is perfectly willing to present myself as not all put together, but a lot of people believe that they have to present themselves as put together. Nobody's going to listen to them. And maybe I should be presenting myself as all put together so that I can sell you something. But I ain't got nothing to sell. I mean, I espouse ideas and I talk about an idea, a dream that we can actually live a life of freedom, which is what I think we were supposed to come here to do. And something just went all screwy on it all, right? But it's like I really follow people, and I would be more inclined to actually joining something when I see their life. When I see how this is like manifested in their life. Like, I'm just giving an example of like Abraham Hicks. Like, when I look at her life, she's the real deal. She's the real deal. You can tell by, I guess, the fruit of her life is amazing. She's doing amazingly. And then other people that I follow very closely that I'm not mentioning by name, but you can tell by their life. Like this sense of joy on their face. You can tell that they're actually happy. I think happiness is very important. And so I say again, like, what can we do? And what I'm doing is I am attempting to just be the most loving person all the time, as much as time as I can possibly be a loving person, to choose to love instead of everything else. This is a time in history where it will go down in history. Our children will be looking, where was my mom? Our grandchildren, I don't have any yet, but we'll be looking at us like, where were they in history? Were they on the side of Schindler, or were they on the side of the Nazis? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I will tell you that what I'm seeing, it's pretty grim out there. It's pretty grim. And I'm hoping to hold the love over here. But anyway, does this make any sense? I'm doing that thing I do again where I'm just mucking it all up. But anyway, I love you guys. I just wanted to check in, and I'll be back.